going to turn this over to some incredible student voices who are now out of high school, but they are entering into college and making a change in their own community. And I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves, tell you what they're doing, and why they're here today. So, Maya.
We have had the great honor of being partnered with the Anti-Defamation League through our wonderful professor, Dr. Roberts, as a project that we're doing. So thank you for being willing to invite us here to hear what we have to say, to get our perspectives.
Often we don't know the histories right directly behind the HBCUs. And in fact, during the Civil Rights Movement, many Jewish professors, they found refuge in HBCUs because they weren't discriminated there.
That's right. Our project is with Invent to Prevent, and so the goal of the project is for teams, high school teams and college teams to develop a theme that they want to address hate, violence, in a way to try to mitigate this issue in a specific community. And so as we discuss, our community, our overarching theme is anti-Semitism, and so we're doing that by bridging the gap between Black and Jewish history. Commonly in our experiences, what we've talked about, growing up in K-12 education, we're not always given the full picture on any history. It's often whitewashed, watered down, and so if we are not able to fully understand our history, especially within the United States and before we got here, then how are we able to fully connect with other people? And so if we continuously receive this information that we know isn't entirely the truth, then we might get defensive, or we might be limited in wanting to understand other cultures because we're not even able to fully understand our own. So I'll click with that.
One day, you know, we can all feel confident, especially as young children coming into the classroom, and we can have those important discussions of no matter how you come in looking, no matter what race you are, we can still compliment each other on everything because we find beauty and unity within everything.
So that's good. And so that also just goes to show how other cultures might feel. We can really speak on our experience as Black students, but Hispanic students, Jewish students, Asian students, Muslim students, we all have very unique experiences that we keep to ourselves because they're not always positive, and we're not always in a place where we can communicate these experiences with one another. Like, we're talking to you guys, but in the classrooms, we're not always in a space of dialogue where we can talk to our friends that don't look like us and give our perspectives. So all versions of Black students, all versions of Black people, all deserve respect and love and empathy and the ability to receive their full history of their education and the education of other cultures.
We can teach our children at a younger age rather than we're adults, and our full frontal lobe is developed, and it's harder, of course, to dig in on what's right, and so how we can understand things. It could make the world, of course, a better place, and we can actually have these different cultures and this entire diversity that can help us stand in unity, because we can't stand in unity if we're all the same, because that's just being uniform, and at some point somebody's going to realize I'm different. So we need to learn how to create an inclusive environment.
And when people carry those stories with them and they don't share them, they leave. We never get to hear them. A lot of history is always going to be lost from these time periods because nobody had the opportunity to share. So we're doing what we can with what we have, but we still have, you know, a lot of efforts that we can make to make this world a better place, like Erin said. So, thank you all.